Welcome back to Sports Stars Recap. Today, we're checking out the 12 worst defenders in the NBA for this season's 2024-25. Good defense can win championships, and these guys have struggled on defense. Stay with us as we discuss their defensive problems, how they affect their teams, and who's stepping up to cover for their weaknesses. Number 12, Mikal Bridges, New York Knicks. Mikal Bridges is one of the best two-way players in the league, earning a spot on the all-defensive team in 2022. But the 2025 season has been something of a wake-up call. Bridges, known for his strong defense, has struggled mightily this season. His defensive stat, which measures points allowed per 100 possessions, is up to a career-high 113.2. Opponents are making 48% of their shots against him. And his errors have caused big problems, especially during an important game against Miami, where his mistakes allowed the Heat to score 18 points in one quarter. Who is helping the Knicks? Look at Mitchell Robinson. As the team's main defender, Robinson's shot blocking and protection of the basket have been key in reducing the issues caused by Bridges' struggles. Number 11, Karl-Anthony Towns, New York Knicks. Karl-Anthony Towns is a talented big man who can score well, but has become a defensive liability for the New York Knicks in the 2025 season. Even though he averages 26.1 points and 12.5 rebounds per game, defense is a huge issue. When Towns plays, the Knicks team defense suffers, allowing 119.1 points per 100 possessions, which puts him in the bottom 22% of the league. He had a terrible game with very low defensive stats, which showed that he had issues with quick side-to-side movement and defending pick-and-roll plays. These issues might be partly brought about by his shift to the Knicks' defensive system and anxiety over showing that he merits a major trade. Mitchell Robinson has been instrumental in balancing out Towns' missteps by providing much-needed shot blocking and rim protection. Almost as important in compensating for Towns' defensive failures has been the strong defensive pressure by Jalen Brunson. Number 10, Damian Lillard, Milwaukee Bucks. Damian Lillard is a great scorer. He has been struggling on the other end in his 13th year in the league with the Milwaukee Bucks. In his previous years, it had not been as good, especially his defense, and that stands today in 2025. His defensive struggles are clear, with opponents scoring 115 points per 100 possessions when he's on the court, making him one of the weaker point guards in the NBA. His difficulty getting around picks and some moments of lost focus on defense make him an easy target. A key moment happened against the Boston Celtics when Lillard made some defensive mistakes that let them score 2 3-pointers in a row, changing how the game was going. His defensive problems are due to the wear and tear from 13 NBA seasons and getting used to Milwaukee's defensive strategies. To help with these issues, Malik Beasley has unexpectedly become a strong defender, taking on a more physical role and often guarding the best outside shooters. Number 9, D'Angelo Russell, Los Angeles Lakers. D'Angelo Russell's problems on defense have been a big issue for the Los Angeles Lakers in the 2025 season. Even though he helps the team score, his defense is still a major problem. Other teams often take advantage of his weak on-ball defense, especially when there are many switches, which makes teammates like LeBron James and Anthony Davis cover for him. Davis's great shot blocking and LeBron's strong defensive skills have been important in hiding Russell's mistakes on defense. This season, D'Angelo Russell's defensive stat, which shows how many points the team gives up when he's on the court, is 119.5. As the season progresses, the big question is, can D'Angelo Russell improve his defense, or will his problems keep the Lakers from winning a championship? Number 8, Brandon Ingram, New Orleans Pelicans. Brandon Ingram has been the New Orleans Pelicans' headache about defense for the whole season of 2025. He scores really well, 22.9 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 5.4 assists per game in 16 matches, but the defense does not shine bright. His problem on defense is that Ingram often seems out of position, leaving big holes in the Pelicans' plans. This problem makes teammates like Zion Williamson and Jonas Valanciunas step up. Williamson is quick and can defend different positions, while Valanciunas protects the area near the basket. A notable mistake happened in a game against the Golden State Warriors when Ingram took too long to move to cover an open player. This gave Stephen Curry an easy shot, changing how the game was going. These moments show his weaknesses on defense. Zion Williamson and Jonas Valanciunas have had to up their game. with Zion utilizing his athleticism to defend positions and Valanciunas holding down the paint. Number 7. DeAndre Hunter, Atlanta Hawks. DeAndre Hunter, a former key defender for the Atlanta Hawks, has had some issues with his reputation in the 2025 season. He entered the NBA as a strong defender, but has hurt himself with a lack of focus. In his 5th year with the Hawks, Hunter's defensive numbers have plummeted. His steals per game are at 0.88, and his blocks per game are 0.10, both the lowest in his career. A very clear moment was on November 20th, 2024, when the Hawks played against the Golden State Warriors. Hunter had trouble staying with his assigned player, giving up many open shots and missing key rebounds, which helped the Hawks lose 97-120. Even with these problems, Clint Capella has been strong for Atlanta, blocking shots and controlling the rebounds to give the Hawks a better defense. Number 6. Michael Porter Jr., Denver Nuggets. Michael Porter Jr. enters his 6th season in the NBA with the Denver Nuggets. He has established that he can score pretty well. Through 17 games into December 2nd, 2024, he has been averaging 18.6 points, 7.2 rebounds, and 2.9 assists. His field goal percentage has been 49.4%, while three-point shots come at 40.4%. Yet there is still the matter of Porter on defense. His lack of speed when moving side to side and moments of losing focus on defense have, at times, placed the Nuggets in challenging situations. For instance, in the game against the Los Angeles Clippers on October 26, 2024, Porter scored only 9 points on 4 of 13 shooting, including 0 of 6 from beyond the arc, highlighting his inconsistency. To mitigate these defensive shortcomings, teammates Aaron Gordon and Nikola Jokic have stepped up. Gordon's flexible defense and Jokic's strong positioning make up for the lapses by Porter, keeping the Nuggets competitive. Number 5. Josh Giddey, Oklahoma City Thunder. Josh Giddey has been in his 4th season of the NBA with the Chicago Bulls. He proved he is a good offensive player. As of December 2nd, 2024, he averages 12.1 points, 6.6 assists, and 6.2 rebounds per game over 18 games. However, people are anxious about Giddey's defense. His defensive rating is 119.1, which shows that Giddey struggles to guard opponents effectively. The Bulls have a defensive rating of 118.7, which puts them 27th in the league. Giddey had a tough game on November 15th, 2024, against the Cleveland Cavaliers. He scored only 5 points with 2 out of 9 shots made, along with 3 rebounds and 1 assist in 15 minutes. His teammates, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren, have worked hard to cover for these defensive weaknesses. Gilgeous-Alexander's perimeter defense and Holmgren's rim protection have really made up for Giddey's defense in some areas, ensuring the team remains relatively solid overall. Number 4. Luka Dončić, Dallas Mavericks. Luka Dončić is entering his 6th season in the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks. He is still a potent scorer. Through December 2nd, 2024, he is averaging 28.1 points per game, bringing down 7.6 rebounds and making 7.6 assists per game through 14 games. He helps a lot on offense, but people worry about his defense. His defensive rating this season is 110.1, which shows he struggles to keep up with opposing players on defense. These defensive problems have been fixed partially by teammate Grant Williams, who has been very helpful in taking the toughest jobs on defense, adding toughness and flexibility to the Dallas defense. His effort helps cover Doncic's defensive gaps, allowing him to focus more on scoring and playmaking. Doncic is a great offensive player, but improving his defense means the difference between the Mavericks' failure and success. Keeping his scoring up while getting better at defense will be important as the season goes on. Number 3. Tyrese Haliburton, Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Haliburton has begun the 2024-25 NBA season, touted as one of the elite playmakers in the league. After all, he had the most assists per game last year. However, a nagging concern with Haliburton is that his lack of physical strength and poor defensive positioning make him a target for opponents. Haliburton has struggled so far in the current season. He averages 16.1 points, 8.5 assists, and 3.7 rebounds per game in 14 games. His field goal percentage is 38.3%, and his three-point shooting percentage is 28.8%. Those are lower stats than what he averaged throughout last season, where he was averaging around 20.1 points with 10.9 assists per game. Defense remains one of Haliburton's issues. His defensive rating has not improved much, and he is still a target for other teams' offenses. This has put more pressure on teammates like Miles Turner, a league leader in blocks and the Pacers' defensive anchor. Number 2, Jordan Hawkins, New Orleans Pelicans. Jordan Hawkins was the 14th pick in the 2023 NBA draft by the New Orleans Pelicans. Coming into the league with big hopes, Hawkins has had a great college career at UConn, where he helped win the 2023 National Championship. During his first season, 2023-24, Hawkins averaged 7.8 points and 2.2 rebounds per game, showing he can be a reliable shooting guard. It has been difficult, especially on defense, to adjust to the faster pace and tougher physical play of the NBA. For the 2024-25 season, Hawkins has a defensive rating of 117.0, which reveals that he has had significant difficulty in keeping his opponents well guarded. This often makes him an easy target for other teams, with more pressure being placed on his teammates, such as Zion Williamson and Jonas Valanciunas, to make up for the mistakes he makes. Hawkins has had flashes in which he can score really well. He averaged 16.3 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 1.4 assists in 8 games so far this 2024-25 season. His field goal percentage has been 40.8% and a three-point shooting percentage at 36.5%. Even though Hawkins has done well on offense, his problems on the other side of the floor have been the biggest. His high defensive rating shows that he struggles on defense and needs to get better in this area to become a more complete player. Zion Williamson and Jonas Valanciunas had to take charge again, with Zion's ability to play different roles and Jonas's strength in the paint making up for Hawkins' mistakes. Number 1, Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks' sharp-shooting point guard, is one known for great scoring abilities. Specifically, he's got some terrific range shooting and ability to create. However, the knocks on his career have often involved defense. At 6 feet 1 inch and 164 pounds, Young's small size and lack of consistent effort on defense often make him a target. In the 2024-25 NBA season, these defensive problems have continued. Young has a defensive rating of 121.9, which shows the number of points opponents score per 100 possessions while he is playing. This stat highlights his continuing struggles to stop opposing players. Offensively, Young still puts up good numbers. Over 10 games this season, he has averaged 24.9 points, 11.1 assists, and 4.3 rebounds each game. However, his shooting accuracy has been below average, with a field goal percentage of 39.2% and a three-point shooting percentage of 33.3%. To help with Young's defensive issues, teammates Clint Capella and DeJounte Murray have been very helpful. Murray often takes on the job of guarding the opponent's toughest backcourt player, while Capella supports the defense inside, leading the team in rebounds and blocks. Some of these individuals will have trouble on D, but basketball is a team game, and their teammates are stepping up to help. Who do you think is the worst defender in the NBA this season? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more from Sports Stars Recap. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.